For 700 years, Carthage was the queen of the Western Sea. Her ships dominated trade routes, her armies challenged gods and kings, and her wealth was legendary. But on this night, in 146 BC, all of that was about to turn to ash. The flames rose first, great orange pillars clawing at the black sky long before the screaming even began. The city was learning, in its final, agonizing moments, what Rome truly meant by no mercy. Standing at the city's shattered gates is Scipio Aemilianus. He's not just any general, he's the grandson of the great Scipio Africanus, the man who defeated Hannibal. Now he's here to finish what his bloodline started. Behind him, the legions are a sea of iron and steel, shield locked to shield, ready to pour into the city and crush the last breath from Rome's most hated enemy. For generations, Roman senators had ended every speech with the same words: Carthage must be destroyed. Tonight, that vow becomes reality. Inside the crumbling walls, the Carthaginian commander, Hasdrubal the Boetharch, rallies his people. They aren't soldiers anymore. They are farmers, merchants, freed slaves, anyone, man or woman, who can hold a spear or throw a stone. For them, this isn't a battle for glory or territory. It's a fight for survival. It's the desperate primal struggle to keep their world from vanishing. The city itself has become a weapon. The terrain is a nightmare for the organized Roman legions. Narrow, winding alleys turn into death traps. Burning rooftops rain down fire and debris. Stone towers, weakened by siege engines, collapse and crush friend and foe alike. Rome's famous disciplined formations, so effective on the open field, are useless here. They break apart in the tight, chaotic streets. But Scipio is a brilliant tactician. He adapts. He divides his men into small, ruthless assault teams. Their orders are simple: take the city, no matter the cost. They advance room by room, street by street, house by house. It's brutal, intimate, and horrifyingly effective. Carthage, the once mighty titan, is being carved apart like a dying beast. Then comes the final decisive moment. A massive Roman battering ram, pounding relentlessly, smashes through the walls of the Byrsa citadel, the very heart of Carthage. Elite Roman troops flood through the breach. The exhausted, outnumbered Carthaginian resistance finally buckles. It's over. Hasdrubal, seeing that all is lost, flees to the sacred temple of Eshmun and surrenders to Scipio, begging for his life. But his wife refuses to follow him into submission. Standing on the temple roof with her children, she looks down at her husband, now a Roman captive. She doesn't see a leader, she sees a coward. She curses him for betraying his people and his city. Then, in a final act of defiance, she gathers her children, turns her back on the Romans, and leaps into the massive pyre of the burning temple. She chooses a terrifying death over a life in Roman chains. The sight is so shocking that even the battle-hardened Roman soldiers, men who've seen every horror of war, fall silent. They just watch, stunned, as she and her children are consumed by the flames. By dawn, the 7-day sack is over. The city is a smoking ruin. The last defenders are either killed or rounded up to be sold into slavery. The ground is sown with salt, a symbolic curse to ensure nothing will ever grow here again. Scipio Aemilianus stands on a high point, looking over the desolation that was once a magnificent city. He sees the smoke, hears the distant cries, and he begins to weep. A nearby historian asks him why he's crying in his moment of ultimate triumph. Scipio, a man of culture, quietly recites a line from Homer's epic: "A day will come when sacred Troy shall perish, and Priam and his people shall be slain." He wasn't thinking about Troy, he was thinking about Rome. In the ashes of his greatest enemy, Scipio saw a glimpse of the future. He understood that all empires, no matter how powerful, eventually face their own judgment day.
And so ends the story of Carthage, erased from the world in 146 BC. A civilization that stood for centuries, reduced to a ghost story. It's a chilling reminder that empires rise and empires fall. Rome's day, too, would eventually come. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, hit that like button and subscribe for more tales from history. See you next time.